Hey guys, what's going on? It's that Home Theater Dude. Got a brand new episode for you today. I have a very long overdue video. I'm going to be doing a review of the Prime Pinnacles. I've had these in my home theater for the last couple weeks now, and the reason why it's overdue is because I had to finish up finals and all that. Very exciting news is I just finished my last final ever. I never have to take another one again. So I have 1 year left of clinic, and then basically I become Doctor of Chiropractic, so I'm actually really excited about that. But yeah, like I was saying, long overdue video. I'm going to go ahead and do the review for the Prime Pinnacles right after the intro. Alright, so let's go ahead and start this video off right with the obligatory panning and video slide shots of the speakers. These are the SVS Prime Pinnacle towers, and they are really impressive. They have a rated bandwidth of 29 Hz to 25 kilohertz. They're an 8-ohm speaker. They have 88 decibel sensitivity, and recommended amplifier power is going to be 20 to 300 watts. So with this tower, you're going to get a 5¼ inch composite driver up top, a 1-inch aluminum tweeter, and then you're going to have triple 6½ inch polypropylene drivers. So overall, the actual dimensions of the entire speaker is going to be 41.1 inches high, 8 inches wide, and 13.9 inches deep. That's including everything like the feet and the grill. So one last thing I will say about the construction is with those 6½ inch drivers, they are individually sealed enclosures, and they have ports out the back that are going to be 2 inches in diameter. Okay, so I went ahead and talked about some of the specifications of the actual speakers. So now what we're going to do is we're going to jump into sound demos. Obviously, this isn't going to be the deciding factor for you to purchase the speakers because one, the audio gets distorted whenever it gets uploaded, it gets compressed, different things like that. It depends on the microphone that I use, it depends on your headphones, your cell phone, your laptop, your home theater, like all that stuff has a factor in it. So don't just think that whatever it sounds like right here, it's going to sound the same in your environment. So I always say whenever you're going to do this, go to the store or even, just try them out and see if you like them first. And then that ultimately, whenever it's in your room, it's going to sound the way it's going to sound. So that's just with a grain of salt, just saying that. But we're going to go into some sound demos. I chose each individual genre of music for specific reasons. I chose, bassy songs, I chose mid-range songs, and I chose a lot of the high-end, high-range songs, like with the high vocals, because I know a lot of people were complaining that they had problems with the sound that was happening out of their original Primes, and they were thinking that the Prime Pinnacles would suffer the same fate. But just listen to these things over the last couple weeks, I can say that that is definitely not a factor. Obviously, it's going to be up to your type of decision, but we're going to go ahead and jump into those sound demos, and then we'll see what you think. I'll go ahead and leave time cards down below, so you guys can skip ahead to the ones you actually want to listen to, okay?
But I got God on my side, always down to ride. Don't get it twisted, I ain't perfect in the least. I'm still all up in your girl jeans like a crease, Matter of fact, like a geneticist. These rappers' records come. Made this here with all the ice on in the booth at the gate. You take a mortal man. Say I keep on checking.
let's go ahead and recap this video. So I talked about the specifications of the Prime Pinnacles, I did some sound demos for you guys, and then now I'm gonna go ahead and talk about my general impressions of the speakers. These things are actually really impressive. I've had them in the house for the last 2 weeks, and we've been using them exclusively just to actually, you know, get some seat time with them, to loosen up some of the components, to make them sound as they were intended, because out of the box, speakers don't necessarily sound the same as they will, you know, down the road. So just keep that in consideration, especially if you go to like a showroom or something and you check these things out. If they're just right out of the box, they're not going to sound exactly the way they are, especially whenever you get them in your house. I say that they typically, speakers end up sounding better. So general impressions behind this thing, they are really, really impressive. I didn't have any problem with the highs or the mid-range that everyone seems to have problems with older type of speakers. These actually shine in those areas. The crossovers are actually really nice as well. They're very pleasing to the ear. And for the bass on these is actually really impressive, because whenever I was doing those sound demos, I was actually behind the camera sitting on the couch chilling, and for just 2 speakers playing at that time, because what I did is I played it in direct, turned off the subwoofers, so that means that stereo was going just to the front pair, it wasn't going to the Atmos or the rest of the 11 channels or any of the subs at all. So just all the voltage, or all the signal was going to the actual left and right speakers, and it was actually shaking the couch whenever I had those bassy scenes. So that's actually very impressive, especially from a stereo pair. I know that the specifications of these things, they go down pretty low. They don't go down as low as the Ultras. They do hit those frequencies, but I don't think they hit them at the authoritative volume that the actual Ultras do. So if you guys are looking for a replacement for your Ultras, you may want to like hold off for a little bit, because they have really great bass, but it's not going to give you that exquisite bass that you're going to have with the Ultras with those 8-inch drivers in the bottom. But those triple 6.5 drivers, they actually do a really, really good job. And as you saw, I actually put some tape on the drivers just to show you a little bit of the excursion. So just having these in the house the last couple of weeks, I've talked to the wife, and she was basically saying that, I mean, she loves the Ultras, but if she could, or if we could, she would like to have the Prime Pinnacles just for the space saving. This room is basically mine to do whatever I'd like to, but I mean, I have to answer to her if I want to make major changes. But she really likes the size savings of the Prime Pinnacles, and the footprint of it is just so much smaller. As you can see, I pushed it up against in between the Ultras and the subwoofer, and it doesn't hinder its performance whatsoever. The Ultras would be hindered if I were to do that, because it needs room around it to breathe. So if I were to hook these up right now, they would sound completely different rather than having them open air in the actual room. So build quality on these is actually really good, and design-wise, I would choose a different finish. I really like the piano black. It just screams elegance and you know, exceptional styling. But whenever you have the black ash, you know, it helps people whenever they're concerned about reflections and things like that. But overall styling, I would choose the piano black ones of these if I were to go ahead and do it all over again. SVS just sent me these out so I can get my impressions for you guys, and also to do some reviews for you guys. I think I'm running out of space, so I don't know if I'll be able to keep these. I have nowhere else I can actually put these, so these actually might be going back. It's not for lack of performance, but it's just I don't have the space for it anymore. All right, so in general, these are great speakers. The mids on them are really good. The highs on them, they shine. I don't have any problem. I listen to that stuff at almost full volume for the last 30 minutes, or actually 40 minutes, and I don't have any ear fatigue or anything like that. And they're very, very easy to listen to. The one thing I would say is I would like a little more bass, like the low bass. I think that would really improve these speakers. But I mean, to be honest, if you're going to be having the kind of like the Goldilocks of speakers, it's not the Ultra and it's not the Prime, it's just right there in the middle. This one actually does its job very, very well, because it gives you the highs and mids of the Ultra, and then it actually gives you some really, really excellent bass at the same time too. So, all right guys, so like I said, I'm finished with finals and everything, so I have a week and a half to go ahead and do a lot of shooting. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a lot more videos on the Prime Pinnacles, as well as the 3000 series subwoofers. I've kind of just kept those in the corner for the last couple weeks, and I need to actually make some videos for you guys, because I know a lot of you guys have been asking for it. But besides that, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. Make sure you like, favorite, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below if you guys want to ask me questions, and if you guys want links to any of this stuff, as always, it's down in the description. So I'll catch you guys next time, all right?